So we are now being recorded, and we're here tonight with Mike Schmaltz and Nancy Poelker. And the funniest thing is we're all asking, of course, all the what I do wrong. Did I say Poelker?
No, you said you can say canola only because nobody would probably know Poelker.
Nancy Kniola Poelker. That's a good point.
There you go. There you
go. Everybody, Mike, at the reunion was asking about your speech because it was epic. And here's the thing that's interesting. I talked to Tony Dowell, and I think
I remember you
Tony
told
Dowell
me
said
he remembers.
recorded.
Say that again.
Tony Dowell says he has the words. He could help you recreate the entire thing.
He recorded it?
That was so long ago. It was 84, right? But I think he said someone wrote it down, or he claimed to have knowledge of it. And so let's try it sometime. We got to get one of those guys on a call, and we got to. Hey, so Nancy, we did one of these a couple weeks ago, right, Mike, with Faith.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's Faith's last name? Zitnick. Faith Walston Zitnick, I think is it, right?
Yep.
And our thought, Nancy, is just talk to people after the reunion. It's been a year. What's going on in life? Let's catch up. Let's have a little fun. Have you ever seen this show, Mike and I you may not watch web podcasts or things, but have you ever seen this show called Hot Ones where they do hot wings with celebrities?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of it. I don't like
that, but Mike and I are not as good as that. So, and we're not going to make you eat hot wings.
Thank God, because I don't eat anything spicy. So I'm out.
So why don't we start with, if it's okay, Mike, unless you got anything you want to add, what we start with is typically what's going on in your life? How's life? We would be remiss if we didn't say we did a little bit of, obviously we know you. So up front, we'd say we are glad you still get to do stuff with family, but sorry about, the loss since the reunion. And we all go through that as we get older, right? Heck, we've lost classmates. I know it's gonna be tough to lose parents. So I hope you're okay with all of that. And
no, I mean, we have I'm sure you've seen, my daughter is pregnant and is actually due exactly 1 year from the day my mom passed away, and she's due.
Oh my gosh.
Girl. And we all feel that my mom had a big hand in all of it. So,
oh wow,
it kind of makes a lot of my mom a little easier to swallow when you have something to look forward to. And even my dad says, your mom knew we needed another girl in the family. He said, I know she had a hand in all of this. So we're excited. We have something to look forward to this year. 2024 sucked. So we've got some
except for the reunion.
Except for the reunion. Yes, except for the reunion.
But Nancy, I will say, I have to make a little commentary on this, and that is, I saw you go to Florida and enjoy the sun just like spring breakers or Michigan people would. And I swear you had Denny down there. And just to see that he goes down to Florida and he gets the sun, he doesn't want to be here, and you were able to go enjoy that with him, I think that's awesome.
Well, he just turned 86 last month, and he was going to go down by himself. And he's not the best driver in the world, at his current age. And he does stops in Atlanta on the way down. So he breaks it up. It's 12 hours one day, 12 hours the next. But when I offered to go with him, he said, well, I don't need anybody to go with me. But of course, when my mom was still around, I had done mother-daughter trips with my mom, but I had never done a trip with my dad. So, I said to him, has it ever occurred to you that maybe I want to do this and have a trip with you? So we had a good time, and he's already planning on me doing it again in January of 2020.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it'll give me a chance to see my granddaughter too again. So stop in Atlanta for a couple days. So, but yeah.
So how many grandkids do you have?
Me, none. This will be my first.
Oh. I see.
Yep. This will be my first.
Wow.
What about you, Pat?
2 and 2 on the way.
Oh, wow.
So, Nancy, I have to say, I think it's amazing that you're able to do stuff with him. And my memories, and Mike, we've got to do this, but because he was your dad, he was it's kind of funny when we're with you guys live around town. So we see all those people like Mr. Lundgren and Mr. Sanford and all these people come to the Watermark, and you'd be there having a beer with them. And I know we're all adults now, but I look at them and I'm like, I can't call you Jim, like you're Mr. Sanford. I can't call you Dennis or Denny. You're Mr. Kniola, because they were in a position of authority and we feared them for years, but you lived with them, right? So like I had to fear him because he was over athletics, and I caused problems, and he had to come down on me, and he's just an administrator in the school. But you lived with him, right?
Right. It wasn't always easy, but he
I
does
bet you
always
could get
say-
away with stuff because you were his daughter. You were the heart of his life.
I couldn't get away with anything.
Really?
No, but he'll tell people all the time. People come up to him at Watermark or at the FOP or whatever, and they say, "Hey, Mr. Kniola," and he said, "If we can both drink in the same establishment, it's Denny." So
He told me the same thing when he came to that planning meeting. I was like, "Hey, Mr. Kniola." He's like, "It's Denny." I said, "I'm just respecting my elders here."
Well, yeah,
And he goes, "It's Denny."
no.
And he said something very similar to, "Hey, if we can both have a beer, it's Denny."
Yep, it's Denny for sure. So yeah.
So here's a question that we got to ask because I got to think of Mr. Kniola way back then. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Remember it?
Are you going to show the part where I'm drinking out of my saxophone?
Well, that's where the question comes in. So I think this is hilarious, and
We
for us
wouldn't be
to
able
do
to. We
something-
would not be able to do that today. They would not
probably
be.
not would not be as politically correct.
Right.
But I'm trying to think to myself, it's amazing that everybody did what they did. Tony Dow coming out and
Yep.
showing people under his trench coat. But I'm going to ask, when you did this, and you were, let's see if we can get to it. Where are you? Are you before that or after?
Wait, hold on 1 second. What? I'm on a video. What do you need something?
Colleen Friesel,
Oh, you're
Brian
saying hi,
Lynn.
hi.
Joy Hoffman.
Sorry, my neighbor. Oh,
You're
Randy.
good. Randy Rietma. Can you guys see the video?
Oh yeah, Jane
Yes.
Gatto.
Look at Randy's going to get enclosed.
He has to pull it down though, isn't that funny? Oh,
Now,
boy.
are you after this?
There I was. She just hit me in the head. Yeah, in a second, I think it happened. I think.
All right, let's wait for
Nope,
it.
we got Joy eating McDonald's. She was so funny.
So we know what's going to happen. You're going to pretend like you're drinking.
Uh-huh.
So in our day, we got away with that stuff. But like when you got home and your parents were like, "Hey, you made this video and it's in front of the whole school, and you're the principal or vice principal's daughter, and you did that." Was there any
No,
commentary from your parents?
no, they didn't care.
Really?
I probably got the beer bottle from their house. I don't remember. I mean, it was empty, obviously.
Andy Williams is the director.
Look at him.
Chief.
Almost looks like he knows what he's doing. Oh,
There's happy hour.
Oh, Chris Hall and Carrie. I guess I haven't drank the beer yet.
Maybe it was early.
I thought it was like two different.
I think I did it twice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what? That's Andy chasing off JS.
Yep. Oh, here
Man,
okay.
he's sometimes distracted.
Yeah, this is where I think I'd come in.
Who came up with like the script and everything?
I think Danny Lundgren had a lot to do with it.
Kevin Brozovic, Teddy Lausman. Look at them. God, we were all just babies, right?
We were.
Look at Ted's gonna go to sleep.
Mike and Ann.
Is that Mike Weibel?
I think that was on the screen long enough.
Yeah, well, I don't think our editing tools back then were as good as today.
Oh, heck no.
So it's pretty awesome that they were able to even do this.
I know.
Rubber
Well, and
chicken.
it was nice that we were able to do it because then we didn't have to show up every night to perform. We had it on tape. So, that was a nice part about it. Otherwise, if you were in the variety show, you had to be there for rehearsals. And
Why is she laughing while she's stuffing her face with burgers and fries?
That's just joy.
Do you think that was just soda?
Yeah.
That's
I guess
Shelley
my
Graziano.
part's a lot later. Look at it. Isn't
Kurt
that
Lake.
Kurt Blake? And this part we wouldn't get away with either.
Oh yeah, the banana.
Jesus.
Look at him.
Right?
Who was that?
That was Kurt Lake.
Kurt Lake and Shelley
Shelley Graziano.
Graziano.
Oh,
Tony.
I could have sworn I had already drank by now, but apparently not.
Is that Julie Hannon right in the front?
Shoot, I think it was.
Looked like her. Keystone Cops.
Yep. Oh, there we go. God. And who's that
So
next?
there wasn't
What's
anything
her
really
name?
in it, right?
Susan Schmaltz. Susan Schmaltz. Is that her name next to me? She changed her name.
So there was really nothing in there, right?
Right. Why?
I just think it's funny.
Oh, you
And
think I was really, you really think I was drinking?
I mean, it's a prop, right? But I'm just curious because it was so awesome. Like I look at that. Did you guys have to do like multiple takes?
Were you not in it at all?
No.
I wasn't either. I don't even remember knowing about it being an event.
I mean, I think we put it out there like, because was that our junior year? That was our junior year, wasn't it? Was that our senior skit?
I don't know, but I loved it. Man,
I
it's
can't
good. And I
remember,
can't
but-
believe Mr. Lundgren had it still.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have it now. But yeah, it was awesome. He loved it. He loved it. It was, I really do believe it was his idea. And then we just kind of sat down and worked out all the particulars and tried to come up with some weird little quirks that we could have. And I mean, it was forever ago. I don't remember all the details and all the planning, but.
So let's do a little bit of about Nancy. So I think we talked a little bit. You told me you robbed the cradle and married Jamie Poelker. So he's younger than you, right?
He is right now. He's 7 years younger than me. In September, we'll drop that back to 6. So.
How long have you been married, Nancy?
17 years this September.
Oh my gosh, awesome. And what do you do for a living?
I actually have worked at a company called Suncoast Packaging for 28 years, 28 and a half years now. I actually went to school. I started at Michigan State and ended up getting done with all my basics. Still didn't know what I wanted to do. So you look good. So I came home for a semester and then went back to Western and did exactly what I swore I wasn't going to do, and became an English major like my dad was, and ended up going into education. So I subbed for a while. I got a teaching job at Lakeshore, taking over for Mrs. Johns. And then I got pink slipped at the end of the year. I ended up teaching at Galeen for 2 years, and it was not the most ideal place to teach. So ended up moving with my daughter's dad to California, where he went to commercial high school, and had my daughter out there. And by the time I'm just going to kind of segue into we ended up coming back here for a while. Then we moved to the Virgin Islands. I got a job teaching in St. Croix for the public school system there. And we ended up having a hurricane, and I came home. I resigned from my job and came home. So for a month and a half till we got power back at our condo.
Wow.
Well, I bet you saw some pirates while you were in the Virgin Islands.
I sure, none as great as you though.
But okay, Nancy, but I got to ask some questions about all that. That's really interesting. So wait, your daughter's father,
Dad.
but
Who I
you're
was
not
never
with
married
him
to.
now, right?
What about it?
He was your previous.
I was never married to him, but he was my daughter's dad.
But you sounded like you left the Virgin Islands and came back. Did he stay in the Virgin Islands?
No, he came back. We both came back. And but then we ended up splitting up, and he actually went back again because he was working for Hess Oil. He went to commercial dive school, and he was a certified inspector. He could do underwater or topside inspection. So he worked at nuke plants, at like he worked for the Tennessee Valley Authority. And then in St. Croix, he worked for Hess Oil, and he worked topside there. So, but it was a perfect place because he could work topside, and then we could dive. I mean, we lived right on the Caribbean Sea. We could dive right off of our beach in the condo complex we lived in. So,
oh my gosh, you went to California. You've been all over. You went to the Virgin Islands. Do you miss it?
And I came back to Stevensville.
Well, no, Stevensville's awesome these days.
I think so.
Stevensville's way better than when we were there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep.
But do you miss it?
Do I miss which?
Any of it? California, the Virgin Islands.
No. I mean, sure, to live somewhere where the average temperature year round is 72, and if it rains in the morning and it's nice most days. But when you're on an 82.2 square mile rock and you have those urges that you just need to get away, you can't get away. You just kind of drive to one end of the island and drive back. So and we were 2,000 miles away from my family. I moved to St. Croix when Savannah was only 1, and she was my parents' first and only grandchild at the time. So it was hard. It was really hard, especially on them. But we had the hurricane, and like I said, I moved home for a month and a half. So Savannah and I lived with my parents for a month and a half. So.
Never thought of it that way, the way you just said it, that sometimes the most beautiful places you can enjoy a little bit, but it may not be home and it might be a little confining. So you said getting access to other places, having people to come see you, just wanting to get away from the island was a whole thing.
Yep.
But you've taught in a bunch of places, so that had to be kind of interesting to go to California and see teaching there versus.
I did not teach in California. No, in California I didn't teach. I worked for an environmental a company that sold like carbon filtration systems and stuff. So I worked there in California, and then in St. Croix, like I said, I taught just for like the first 3 weeks of that school year. I was teaching 10th grade English, and they gave me one book. I had 5 classes a day, I believe, the same thing, with one book, and it was the teacher's edition.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a little hard. So when I resigned, it's funny because I came back a month and a half later and my job was still available. They asked me if I wanted it back, and I said no. So I did end up eventually going back to work there, but I worked for a private investigator. That was a fun job. That was really
holy cow.
Yeah. Good Lord. I went there to apply for a receptionist job, and they ended up hiring me to train to be an investigator because I was so detail oriented. But then we moved back, so I had to give it up.
So you worked for Magnum PI or Rockford or whoever we could make another.
I worked for Dennis R. Schraw, who used to be in the FBI. But we're talking back in a time where you couldn't just Google something and get information. We were making our own database. So we would take the local newspaper and we would look for anything that said like somebody's name and their age, and we would put that in the database. Or if it gave an address, we'd put that in the database. If it gave a connection between 2 people being related, we'd add that to the database. So we were creating our own database, but we didn't have anything else. We didn't even have the internet then. We were just making a database.
Wow.
I know, it was crazy. And then when we would do I can't even think of the word. Oh my gosh. This is what old age does. Look at Pat. When we were doing surveillance, we were doing surveillance. I would be sitting in my old Mitsubishi Mirage with a walkie-talkie, 2 feet long, and I have to like it wasn't obvious. Here's a blonde-headed girl on an island of Caribbean people, and I didn't stick out like a turd in a punch bowl at all.
Nice. I'm a private eye. See my outfit.
You do look
really
like
interesting. Like you're talking about like surveillance stakeouts. You'd have to sit and watch people.
Well, I was, like I said, I was just training, so it wasn't like I was in the midst of it, but we had to do things like I had to watch a guy who worked for the local power company, and they wanted proof that he was doing jobs during the power company's time. He was doing private jobs, stuff on the side. So we were just watching. I'd do stuff like that, but there's a lot of insurance fraud and stuff that we dealt with. So
Nancy, what do you do right now? After
all
the private eye work, what do you do now?
Right now, well, at the company at Suncoast, I started just doing data entry for them. It was a guy I had worked for years ago. In between my college years, there's a company in St. Joe called United Container, and my boss from Suncoast, my old boss, because we've since been sold, he worked at United Container, so I worked with him there. And then when Savannah's dad and I moved back to town, we were rehabbing a house in Baroda, and when I needed somebody to use the bathroom because we didn't have plumbing yet at the house we were rehabbing to sell, I would run over to Suncoast Packaging and use the bathroom. And started talking to them, and then I was leaving her dad, and they offered me a job. And I mean, I've done everything there from receptionist, logistics, office manager, and I am now a sales assistant for two of our salespeople.
Wow. Jack of all trades, they would call that.
Yeah. Really putting my degree to use.
Or you'll have to be a Jill or a Nancy of all trades. So Nancy, I look at this picture of you in high school, and it's classic, and it's you, and it's just, okay, don't laugh. That is all of us. Like, I go back and look at our pictures of leisure suits and silk shirts and big hair.
Yep.
And the girls always you had perfect feathered hair. I bet you could still pull off that look today.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, look at I'm going shorter and curlier because as I get grayer, I get curlier. So
looking
I
at
love that
slide,
new haircut. I saw Nancy a couple months ago, and I think it's adorable.
I think it's getting shorter every time. So, yep.
Tell us, looking at this slide, what we're looking at. Just tell us a little bit more about you, other than your love of your life, Jamie. And it sounds like you're in a good place, work-wise, family-wise. How's things going? Just give us an update.
It's going fine. Well, in the one picture, that's my son and my daughter at my daughter's wedding. And like I said, my kids are my pride. They are, and both of them, I mean, Savannah's dad walked out on her when she was 9. So I basically raised her on my own. Garrett's dad is still in his life, and Garrett loves his dad, but his dad doesn't amount to much. But they're both like extreme. I always say about Savannah, if I could be half as good a person as she is, I would be very proud of myself. She is an incredible person. She has a vocal jazz degree from Western. She sings. Everybody probably knows that because every chance I get, I post videos of her singing. But
Yep.
She has her own business in Georgia. She is a private music teacher. Yes, I think at this time, because her numbers go down a little in the summer, she has like 36 students. She's never advertised. It's all word of mouth. I'm very proud of her.
Sounds like you're saying she's giving vocal lessons.
She's doing mostly piano, ukulele, and voice. So she does all three, but mostly.
Where'd she learn all that, Nancy? Like, did you get her involved in that? She just had a natural talent for it?
Well, when she was little, we tried all things. We tried soccer, which thank God she didn't like soccer. We tried t-ball. She would always say to me, I know I have to finish out this year, but can I not do it ever again? I'm like, no, we don't have to do it ever again. We did ballet. That wasn't her thing. And then when she was 10, they used to have Stevensville days in downtown Stevensville, like they get the little carnival rides out behind the Welcome Inn and all that. And she did a karaoke contest at age 10 and blew everybody away. She won.
Wow.
Then she started getting involved in some kids' music things around the area, and just became her thing. I had never realized she could sing. It just wasn't anything I had thought about, and then we just started doing that. She started going to camps in the summer, and then she started taking private lessons, and she's in musicals and in theater things around here and in choir, and it's just a gift. So
okay, so I find it interesting that you named her Savannah, and she's actually in Georgia.
I know.
Savannah, right?
She's not in Savannah. She's in Atlanta.
But that's pretty awesome. And you say, you wish you were half as good as your kids, but I'm going to say you had a boy and a girl, so you had Garrett and Savannah. They look like wonderful children. Sounds like they're incredibly gifted and talented. Blessed you are to have them, and blessed they are in your life. But I don't think they got there, Nancy, without a great mom. And so in the middle of all your moves and different people in your life and everything and all the challenges that life throws at us, you have to be proud of those two wonderful children.
Oh, I am. And Garrett, and now Pat, where do you live?
Oh, right, Lake Orion, over by Detroit.
Okay, he moved to Royal Oak in June.
Nice.
So he's made me proud. Also, he graduated from Western in December. He has a food marketing major. but he is actually, he loved sales. He loved his last semester. He had sales classes. His one sales instructor wanted him to come back as a TA, but he was already graduating, so he couldn't do it. So he is actually working for Echo Global Logistics in Troy. He lives in Royal Oak and absolutely killing it already. So
Nice.
yeah.
So he likes sales.
Yeah, he does. He likes it. He did an internship last summer, I believe, with Good Boy Vodka and did sales for them. He liked the face-to-face with people. He liked talking. He's not afraid to talk to people, which is kind of crazy because so many he graduated in 2020 from high school, the year that sucked, So, he's got a lot of classmates who their ideal job would be working from home all the time because they don't want to have to socialize. They don't want to see people. And so I'm very proud that he wants to be seen, wants to talk to people, So, yeah, I'm proud of him too. He was
awesome.
He was a little more of a challenge growing up than Savannah, but
Hey, he was selling vodka. Did he get you some bottles?
Actually, I like the Good Boy seltzers, and yep, I actually still have some in my fridge.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah.
Mike, what's your come on, get into this. What's some questions for Nancy that you either from the past or you see Nancy a lot more than I do because you're around town. I know you guys have gotten together.
I haven't seen him in a while. I saw him, what was it, a month or so ago?
2 months ago.
Was it that long ago? Holy crap, the summer's just going by fast.
It was late May and it was cold as hell outside.
Yeah. And you had to sit out there because you were watching the band up close.
Yeah.
Yep. I was inside with my dad. Pretty sad. My dad is my social life half the time.
Nancy, how's Jamie? You said 7 years? How long you been married? 15 years?
17 years. 17.
See, I'm totally off. 17 years. So that means he was there as the kids were growing up. So he really helped them. They probably know him as much or better than their own biological.
Yeah, Savannah, he's very close. He and Savannah are very close. He and Garrett have butted heads quite a bit, but it's way better now.
That's awesome to have someone to, it sounds like through life and everything, all the curveballs, it's nice to have someone to share that with and to help, with things because raising kids is not easy, right?
No, not at all.
Mike, had you met any of Nancy's kids?
I met Garrett.
Oh, that's right. He was in the car with me that one time I picked you up, wasn't he?
We had
you off.
We had to stop and pick him up.
Oh, that's right.
After the meeting on our way back.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He's not
Nancy,
a kid.
if you ever get over to Detroit to see him, please let me know.
We need to. His girlfriend, he keeps saying, well, even Alexis's parents have been up to visit. I'm like, listen, I went with you to find the apartment and I moved you. I took a day off work to help you move. So don't tell me I haven't been there. So.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah.
So what's on the calendar for this winter? Is Danny going back to Florida?
I believe so. So he stayed in Andy Williams's parents' condo.
Nice.
So, and Andy did call me the other day and said that he said we need to talk about it because the Williams family, actually it was Marsha's side of the family, his mom's side of the family. There's like, gosh, I don't know, 6 or 8 of their family members that own condos in the same complex. So Andy was saying that even if his dad's wasn't available, that his aunt, her condo would be available. She passed away and her son isn't ready to go move down there or whatever yet. So he said we'd talk about it. And because my dad was funny when he got back, he said, I don't think I'll go again. And then a couple months later, he said, have you talked to Andy yet about the condo? I didn't go. Well, I'm thinking I do. I kind of do want to go again. So so I'll probably make a trip again in January with him. And
Nancy, does he just chill and not do much, or does he like to do anything like walk the beach or play pickleball or go golfing or anything like that? Well,
he does. So they have an 18-hole putting green at the complex, and he does get on there. They have a putting league, and so he goes to that, and that's like 2 mornings a week. And through that, he got to know some people and got on a golf sub list. And he golfed. I think they did that Friday mornings, and there were quite a few times where they needed him. But he's social, but he's not social like my mom was, where she'd walk up and introduce herself to somebody. He's just kind of, there were days when I would track him on Life 360 and he would be at the condo the entire day and not leave. So he came down to the pool when I was there only because I was there. And I don't think he said he only went one other time. So,
Nancy, with the aches and pains that I have every day at pushing 58, 59 years old,
right.
I don't know how people go when they're 86.
I know.
And I'm just going to say, God bless him. And if he wants to relax, he's entitled.
That's kind of my.
I hope we'll make it to 86, right?
Right. Although when he's there for so long at a time, you have to make up an excuse to either text or call, because all I'm thinking is he hasn't left in like 23 hours. Is he still alive? So that kind of freaks me out. And then he and my mom had a favorite little dive bar down there. And I went in there with my dad, and literally the bartender, and my parents hadn't been there in 2 years. The bartender said, "Wait a minute. Where's
the wife?"
Yep.
Wow.
She remembered him. So he would go there every once in a while by himself and chat with his little bartender girl that he knew. So
that's fun.
My brother Dan went down a couple times for work from Atlanta down there to work. He has some clients and a salesperson down that area. So he went and visited him a few times. And my brother Mike and his wife were about a half hour away from him. She was working. My brother's wife was working as a travel nurse. And so my dad would get together with them a little bit too. So he wasn't completely alone. That would have made me sad if he didn't have people, make trips down there every now and again. So.
Plus he likes to feed birds.
He does. Oh yeah. Did he show you? No, he didn't show you yet. I got him the bird feeder with the camera.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Oh my God. He is like, that thing goes off all the time. He has 15 different birds in his bird library now. And so, yeah, I got it for him for Christmas, and I finally put it up in June. Had to get a pole and everything because he didn't want to hook to a tree, but he loves it. He loves it. So
I've never had one, but I've seen videos. I think it's
Kathy Hagenauer posts some.
Yeah, and I think Deanna Poole has one as well.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And if you pay for the service, which I did for him for his birthday this year, it's got like an AI thing where it'll identify the birds and give you background information if you want them. It'll save pictures of all of them, and so it's pretty cool.
What an awesome gift.
Yeah.
The next one is get him the skylight. You guys seen those? Like a photo frame.
No, what is that?
So they have photo frames now. Skylight's one of the biggest companies, but same kind of concept because they're trying to monetize the subscription, right?
Right.
But it gives you cloud storage. But think of it as an internet enabled. As long as you have internet somewhere, you put it in his house. It can be 8 by 10, 11.
Right.
But you're putting photos on it. But you also then can email or text photos from anywhere. So you go on your app. Let's say you're in Paris. You want to send Dad a couple updates. What's nice about it is other people in the family.
Okay.
Right? Your kids, grandkids, other family members. Pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, he has an Alexa in his kitchen, and that's got pictures on it, but it doesn't update. It's just all the saved pictures on it. So
yeah, it's a way for you maybe you got a grandkid daughter coming. I think you said a grandbaby coming. So then the other, your kids. Here's the funny thing about all of us. We all are struggling to figure out this technology we're using right now. And our kids are like, they grew up with it. Our grandkids look up at a phone and they can do a better.
Yeah, exactly.
So stuff like that, the kids will figure out real quick, and then they'll get pictures. I think that our us and our our parents, so their grandparents are like loving to see pictures of. I mean, it's nostalgia for us, right? At this point of our lives, everything's about nostalgia.
So this is a skylight frame.
Skylight, but look up on Amazon or look them up and figure out which one you want to buy because there's multiple versions.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. I hadn't seen those before. So I
had to put
it in my phone while I was I had it on my mind. Otherwise, I'd leave this and not remember what I was going to look up. So,
Mike, do you know where Mr. Kniola lives?
Approximately, I don't know exactly, but
Is this thing up in a tree or something, Nancy?
no, it's actually he didn't want to put it in a tree, so I bought the camera, then I had to buy the pole to put it on, and then I had to buy a squirrel baffle so the squirrels couldn't jump up in it. So yeah.
oh, yeah.
I just wonder how far it is off the ground because I'm thinking Mr. Schmaltz might be able to go over and moon him on one of his cameras. And then the AI might be able to say, that's Mike Schmaltz's butt. So Mike could get detention out of it all.
Right. Yeah, no, it's not up super high, but the camera, I don't think the camera tilts much. So I don't know if he'd be able to tilt it down enough to catch the moon.
Mm-hmm.
No, speaking of birds, I don't mean to be silly, but I was at some garage sale and I found a treasure for like 50 cents.
Oh gosh.
What is that?
Birds. It's the birds book. That's awesome.
I think it was from like 1949 or something.
I think I remember books like that. I think my parents had a book like that years ago. That's funny.
Yeah, but little prize
Garage sailing, huh? You go garage sailing?
No, I was helping a friend of mine do one in town here a few years ago.
Okay. Well, that's a collectible right there.
Yeah.
Wonder how many more bird species or whatever we have now since then.
So Nancy, thank you for taking the time to connect. And, we thought that this would be a good thing to kind of, remember we shared the slides, and I would just say, we said this to Faith. I found it interesting when we started doing the slides. It was really good to see how many people showed up to the reunion, thought the reunion was amazing. And there's always going to be people, right? So some people live around the area. Some people can't make it because there's a time date conflict. Some people just, hey, not the right thing in my life. I don't really need to go back and see the reunion.
Right.
But I thought it was really neat that a bunch of people did. And it was really fun that people took time to create a slide about themselves, and people really did a good job. And we thought this might be another way for people to put some stuff out there. Mike's got an idea for us to put it on YouTube. I don't know the best place to put it. Because remember when we were doing the reunion communication, you've been doing this for years. You ever notice how some people are like, I don't use social media, so I'm not on Facebook, or you can't communicate with me. So we're trying to find a way to get this information out. And maybe it's YouTube, just so someone on their phone, and we could send it out to people and say, hey, if you're interested. So that's kind of the concept of what we're trying to do. So if you have any ideas or thoughts, or
just have them look up a channel, and if we get a bunch of these on there, you can just search our whole playlist for whoever you want to hear from or about.
Yeah, I don't know enough. I don't even have YouTube. I mean, I can look up YouTube. I actually shouldn't say that. I probably do have YouTube, but I've never posted to YouTube.
So in your circle, people around the Stevensville area, but a lot of the people in the class. So you staying in touch with quite a few people here and there, or is it hit or miss?
It's hit or miss. I mean, I am going to be going next Saturday, the class of 83 who have such fun times at their reunions, and I kind of modeled ours after what they do. They are having a class 60th birthday party.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So I'm going. I go to all their reunions too. My brother Mike doesn't, so I represent him. So, and my dad wants to go too, so he'll be my date.
Nice. Is Mike or Eric Farrington, which one of them recently got on the Lakeshore board?
Oh, that'd be Mike. Eric doesn't live here. I think Eric moved. They both used to live here, but Mike lives here. He goes to my church.
Yeah, so I think that's amazing. I was saying I remember that the LEF says that I think on our 50th, they'll do it in the fall.
Yeah.
And then they want to invite us to a football game. Yeah,
because I used to be on the Lakeshore Alumni Association. Because I have a hard time saying no. My husband always says you need to learn how to say no. So I did it for a few years and I just couldn't anymore. It was when my kids were younger. And but yeah, we started that. The Lakeshore Alumni Association started doing that 50-year thing. So yeah, you get to sit on the sidelines for the graduation, and then they usually have a little thing. So that's going to be how we're going to have to plan our reunion that year around that, I would think.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And God willing, we'll have a good turnout and have a lot of people still around.
Right. You know, and I've also been thinking we really need to, and I just need to get off my butt and do it. You know, they do the award, the alumni award every year. What do they even call it? I can't even remember the term. Good heavens, I'm losing my mind. But I've been trying to think of somebody from our class, and I really, really want to nominate Amy Parrish.
So are you saying they do an award for each class?
No. They do. It's a what do they call it? It's an alumni award, but they pick like 2 or 3 people a year. No, they don't. They pick one, I think. And
I think it's probably like a lifetime achievement award.
Yeah, but I can't remember what they call it. Oh, for crying out loud. But anyway.
Distinguished alumni?
Thank you. Did you just look it up?
I did.
Yes, Distinguished Alumni Award. And trying to think, like I said, it's from somebody. I mean, they've kind of gotten to where they're starting to pick people that I'm like, what? You know, like, who the hell is that? But I mean, Amy Parrish is like, she's a scientist. She's like done some amazing stuff with bonobo monkey chimp things.
Yeah, I looked her up on
on
YouTube and watched some interviews she was doing.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
I was telling the neighbor kid, I'm like, yeah, I graduated with this chick.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think what she's done is, I mean, pretty cool. There.
So here's all you can do.
You're such a show off.
Sorry. Look, Eric Schott. Is that like Mike Schott?
Yeah,
That's
I don't know why.
Older brother.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. Remember Brian Seward? So
Yep.
Brian, you guys see he has like a scholarship there.
Yeah.
And you know what's interesting is like I found out like he had done touring with like the Judds and a whole bunch of
Judd and
the Nashville acts. So he's pretty
also has
distinguished,
an
I'd
Emmy.
have to say.
He has an Emmy award too.
But this David Stockman, I don't know who that is, but is that David Stockman like the guy that was the congressman or senator or something?
Yes.
Yes, and
Yes.
Stockman Stadium is
That's
named
pretty
after.
awesome.
Yep. He grew up half a mile from where I did, right there on Scottdale Road.
Mhm.
And I remember Keith Avery, he was like a class before us, I want to say.
Keith, that was John. Keith was class of
Yeah, he was 2 or 3 years.
class of 19, class of 80, I believe.
Yeah.
80 or 80.
So we
81.
don't rate
Might
with
have
these
been 81,
people.
but
So I
he,
like it. Find some really smart people, like you said, Amy Parrish.
Yeah.
Now, did Amy Parrish, she didn't come to our reunion, right?
no, she came to the one that we had at the, it's now called Rybells. What was it at the time? It wasn't it was the Elks Club in St. Joe.
That was a 20-year reunion.
Yes. She
And
came
I
to that.
don't remember seeing her. The last time I saw her in person was in Ann Arbor at U of M at a football game.
Really? I swear I looked back at pictures from that reunion and she was there.
Wow.
So, yeah. Yep. So I don't know.
You're gonna look. We didn't get a slide from her, did we?
No. Nope. And I trying to think if she responded. I'll have to look because I did some digging and I found that she teaches at, it looks like it might have been the school her kid or kids went to, in addition to teaching at San Diego State University or something. It was a college, and so I emailed her at both email addresses. I just you don't even know how hard I was digging for people. I mean, I was looking at obituaries and contacting spouses of some of our classmates, and so, but somebody else gets to do it next time.
That would be kind of fun to do some digging too.
Yeah.
And, have meetings at times. Like you guys worked together as a group for a long time and you guys would have planning committee meetings. And like you said, you really worked hard to try to find some people. And there were others. I know Mike found Javier, and there were some people who reached out and found people. And maybe it isn't worth the effort because some people don't want to reconnect, and that's okay. But I wish we knew, like, so the LEF or anything, you don't know, doesn't do like a database or anything, Nancy, do they? Because
I think they have one. I do think they have one.
so how open are they to you? And here's why I ask. So let's say we do this thing here and we're communicating with people. Remember, we were asking people to do slides.
Mhm.
And part of it is, what's the best way to communicate with people? I don't want to necessarily call people. Is it email?
Right.
We post this stuff on Facebook, but if someone's not on Facebook, they're never going to see it.
Right. Or there's a lot of people that are on Facebook that have Facebook profiles and don't ever do anything on them, because that was my first way of getting a hold of a lot of people. And I was sending, I was sending messages on Facebook to people, and to people's wives and to people's sisters. And and speaking of, so you guys both know that Stephen Paulson died, right?
I saw that.
Yeah. So, and I had contacted his sister Vicky, because she graduated with my brother, to get his email, and she gave it. I think she said he still lived with their parents or something, but he still lived in Stevensville. So, yeah, I mean it. So I've got to remember to add him to our little.
So what do you think? Like, what's the best way, Nancy, to do I create like a simple spreadsheet with everybody's email,
to look for people?
phone number, and then just try to validate with people that are open to it? Hey, are you okay with getting a text or a phone call? Are you okay with getting an email? And just start creating it that way?
Probably. I mean, I have a list of a lot of emails. I mean, we emailed the Evites. We emailed them.
That's right. So we have a list from that.
So I do have a list of emails.
Can you export that?
Probably.
Well, let's
do you have
talk
a
offline sometime.
Do you have a 3-year-old that can come over and help me?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Already smarter than a 5th grader.
Right. I could probably figure it out, or
Yeah, let's figure that out.
Screenshot it and
if you give me a login or you tell me how to do it, I'll start building it. And then what we can do is we can kind of try to track everybody from the class. And that way we can, we'll white space it, we call that, which is basically a bunch of people that aren't going to respond or we can't find. So then it's easy for us to, filter down and see the people that are interested in communicating. And then, hey, so here's a crazy question. If you were to think of watching a video like this and trying to be entertained, you mentioned Amy, who would be your top 5 people that we should go have a call with, that you'd be interested in hearing their story? And it might be people and you're just interested because they're funny, like maybe Tony Doll or Andy Williams, or it might be someone obscure that you haven't. And I can't say that we'll be able to reach these people, but just if you had a top 5, who would they be from our class?
Diane Newberg.
Okay.
Tony might be a good one.
Tony Dowell.
Yep. Andy always has stories.
Yes.
Boy, who else?
Dig deep.
I'm trying.
The other thing is, it's got to be someone who's willing, like you, to get on with a couple of smucks like me and Mike and just have a good laugh. Because some people might be like, I don't need to waste my good evening time.
Right. Who are you thinking, Schmaltz?
I kind of want to pick on people who didn't make it to the reunion.
All right, so give us some examples.
I didn't like those people then. Why would I go see them now?
Well, that was Steve Hine, but I got a hold of Earl Cook through his older brother Chuck. Got his number.
Earl lives right in St. Joe.
Yeah, and he was being all helpful and like, let me know if there's any way I can help. And I should have said, just show up.
I swear I got a hold of him, and I thought he was coming.
Wow, and the same thing.
I emailed him because I got his email address from
me.
Did I? Okay, because I thought Mike Weibel had given it to me in the past. It was like he was doing underground sprinklers or something.
Yeah.
Well, just as a jumping off point, I'd tell you guys, I know Facebook isn't the be all end all, but I am a little bit of a, don't laugh, a Facebook voyeur, meaning I watch other people's sites and because people will give an update. And we all know that there's people that post political and there's people that do this and that, but we all just like, but there are some people that post interesting things. So give an example. Karen Fortuna has posted a lot recently, and she came to Michigan. She comes every summer, and I know
I
she
just
lives
saw her a
down.
couple weeks ago.
Yeah, well, what's funny is my wife and I go down and snowbird every year near where she is.
Oh,
And
really?
so when she's going all these places around Bradenton and all that area, we know all that area. So I see her going out and doing things. I laugh. And then she has an interesting life because she seems to really live for her kids. And she posted something about, is it Dan was her husband or something? And he might have passed away. So there's stuff like that that are really great stories.
Mhm.
And there's a bunch of other people we all know that post on Facebook, and there might be some funny stories in some of that.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm trying to think of it. Somebody else. I mean, you got Faith already. She's got interesting. I mean, she is, good Lord, the hunting and the cooking and the growing and she's like Earth Woman, you know?
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah,
want to
she
go,
seemed
I
like
want to
she
go to her,
figured
I want to go
everything
to her
out and worked
house.
hard through.
I want to see
No
all
matter
the
what
stuff she does.
ball's life threw at her, she worked pretty hard to figure it
Yeah.
all out and has done really well.
Yep.
Proud of her kids, just like you.
Yep, yeah. So,
We gotta have one more. Come on, Mike, give me someone.
oh gosh, let me think.
Deanna Poole. Fowler. She married Matt Fowler. I actually talk to her every once in a while on the phone.
Do you think she would do this?
She might. I know she wanted to avoid the reunion because her and Faith don't get along.
Oh, yeah.
I think they grew up next to each
You're
other.
supposed to tell me to stop the recording before you say all this.
Can you edit?
I'm sure it can be edited, but I need your third grader, Nancy.
Right? Gosh, who else would I want to hear about?
Hey, I love that on your deck, your little solar light came right on behind you.
Oh yeah, and I have a little citronella.
Ooh,
My
keep the
husband
bugs away.
My husband was saying the bugs were coming out, and I'm like, not up here, they're not. So I was kind of waiting to see if the deer would come out, but no deer yet tonight. So,
All right, you've been a lot of places.
Mhm.
Bucket list. Where would you still want to go in the world if you could?
Oh, cripe. I have always wanted to go to Australia. I don't know why.
Nice.
But, I mean, back when I used to dive, I wanted to go because I wanted to dive the Great Barrier Reef, but I haven't been diving. I mean, I haven't since I moved back from St. Croix. I don't think I have. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Australia is beautiful. My wife and I are supposed to go there for our 35th or 30th, and it was in 2020, and it got canceled due to COVID, and we've never rescheduled. So bumming. Hey, here's one more I got to add to the list. Every once in a while, I don't see posts all the time, but am I seeing things with Bill Wyrick, and he has traveled with whoever he's with?
It's his wife. He travels with her.
And
They go
Singapore. He's been to some crazy places.
They go all over. Yeah.
So don't we got to get him to tell us about some of the crazy places in the world he's seen?
Probably, but I don't know if he would do it.
Oh, we'll get him.
You should try.
And
He's
then
in Stevensville. I think he lives here again now. They lived here, then they moved, and then I think they're back.
And then the last one I think we should get
so.
is we should put Mike Cirola and Mark Williams on together so they can tell us about the St. Joe City Council.
There you go. There you go. And they're neighbors, so they don't
That'd be a
live
hoot.
from each other. So yeah.
I don't know that I want to take up any more of your time. I really appreciate you doing this. I'll send you a link to the video. Let me know if you can open it because so far nobody's been able to open them. And I don't think it's password protected. So if you can open it, let me know.
Okay.
And then I'm going to figure out how to put it on YouTube or something because Mike wants me to figure that out. And Mike, you got any parting thoughts for Nancy?
No, just like he said, thank you so much for joining us and catching up.
You're welcome.
And yeah, it's just always fun. Hopefully I'll see you around town.
Yeah. I thought I was supposed to leave a question for the next person. I got a hold.
Oh, that's pretty good. She knew that.
She
we
said,
asked Faith that question, and she didn't have one. And
that's
we're
what
like,
she said.
How
She
can
goes,
you
they
not
put me on the
have
spot.
one?
I couldn't think of one. So I've been thinking all day.
All right. Give us a question.
So my question would be to the next person, is your life now what you thought it was going to be back in 1984 when we graduated? Or how different is your life from what you've envisioned it being in 1984 at this point in your life? You know, spin it however you want to, but that's kind of my whole thought.
I love that. We can do that. We can absolutely do that, Mike. We'll play it forward. And Mike and I are going to get on this and see if we can talk to people maybe once a week. That way, this is pretty easy format. And if we got, after so many weeks, we can get 10 or 20 of these done. It might be kind of entertaining little library.
Right. Sure.
Yes,
Well,
indeed.
it's always lovely seeing you. And I'm sorry I'm not in Stevensville more to see you all. Hey, small world.
Okay.
Here's the last thing I'll leave you guys with. I am going with some people from that we go to Florida with. But anyway, they are coming from Pennsylvania, and they're going to go with Susan and I. And my wife loves to take people to Upper Michigan and show them all the sites, right? So your typical Traverse City and your Mackinac and all that, right? And the Upper Peninsula. So we're going to do all that stuff. But then when we're coming down, they want to meet up with some other people that we know from Florida that are traveling across the country to Seattle, and they're stopping at a harvest host called the Haymarket in Bridgman. Are you guys familiar?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a harvest host, which means an RV person like us, we can go stay there for free. And you're a patron of their business.
They have, I mean, it's a brewery.
That somewhere they can park overnight.
Yeah, I think they have a big parking lot toward the back. Oh, that's cool. No,
So we're going to go to the Haymarket on August 25th. I will be there. So actually, I should let you guys know this ahead of time so I can see you guys. My wife and I will be there. We'll be in RVing with some other people.
Yeah.
And
that's 3 days after your birthday.
Mike Bradaway's farm, because I keep seeing Mike Bradaway post about the blueberries. And then my wife said, the smart one that she is, unlike me, I'm thinking blueberry season will be done by then. And I'm like,
it will be.
But I want to have some
right now.
Bradaway blueberries.
Yeah. It's going on right now.
So why don't you guys go out, Mike and Nancy, and go to Mike's farm and get us some Bradaway blueberries and just store them until I get there.
Okay, sure. Sure.
There's nothing better in the world than Michigan blueberries.
I know. My husband picked some up for me yesterday at Hollywood Farms, and they are good. There's something different about them being fresh grown in Michigan than getting them at Aldi or Meijer and bringing them home. They've got a much more natural.
So mark down August 26, 25.
Okay. 25.
That's right after your birthday,
tourist
and blueberries
fashion.
are actually safe for dogs as well.
Oh yeah. I give my dogs a blueberry in the morning, a big one, and I say, hey, here's your brain food. Okay. August 25, I plan to be at the Haymarket.
Okay.
And here's one other thing I'm going to do while I'm in the area. I'm going to take them over to Silver Beach Pizza and get a schooner of beer.
There you go.
Because the pizza's good, but I go in that upstairs lounge, and sometimes they open up the windows and you can sit and either watch some TV or talk to people.
Yep.
And you guys have seen those mugs of beer they have that they put in the cooler?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I just love an ice cold beer there.
It's a fish bowl, basically. Well, if you're going to do that and you're going to do it, try to get reservations upstairs as soon as possible, because they book out. I tried to get reservations weekend before last, and I tried 2 weeks prior, and there was nothing because my daughter and her husband were in town and my in-laws were here and we all wanted to go out and we could not get anything. And otherwise, unless you can go at some odd time, otherwise it's not worth even going there because you will wait for 2 hours.
Wow.
Even just to sit upstairs to have a drink?
Yep, probably.
So I will tell you this little trick that my wife and I do, and it's nice because obviously if we were all going to go, we'd have to make a reservation. But I know it's busy, but almost any busy place in the world, my wife and I will walk in and you just belly up to the bar. And I'll tell you what, bartenders are really nice and they'll talk to you, and sometimes they want the food revenue. So sometimes you can sit down if you can find 2 seats,
right,
and have a meal there instead of waiting in line. But that's
and you might be able to get,
people.
if you were going to sit at the bar, you might be able to get up into the bar there, or even the lower level bar. But it's a crapshoot this time of year. I
bet it is very touristy.
We generally stay away from downtown St. Joe from Memorial Day till after Labor Day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you,
crazy. I hate the fact that this.
Oh,
is
that's right. You live
town.
right down there, and you can walk downtown.
Well, some days, every day is different, but
right.
no, I hate the noisy traffic here on the weekends. It's just a million people, out of towners, and
we have, because I live on Ridge Road and we have the gated communities across from us, we have a lot of Illinois people, and they use Ridge Road. They drive down it like it's a racetrack. So it pisses me off. I
drove down Ridge Road like it was a racetrack when I was in high school.
Did you? I'm sure you did. But I always swore I wasn't going to be that old person that stood out in their yard and yelled, "Slow down!" But I am that person.
Watch what you wish for.
I know, right? All right.
Gosh, so awesome catching up with you. Thank you.
Look how dark it got behind me. It's getting dark out.
It is. Michael, it's great seeing you as always. You look good, my friend.
No, I look like crap.
I don't think so.
No, you don't. You look good. You look like you're,
I need a haircut and a
you
trim.
don't. What,
A haircut.
what are you gonna cut?
This stupid shit on the side.
That's funny.
You look good, and I love the 1776 shirt. Hey guys, I'll
Right.
send you a link to it. Enjoy
Okay.
the rest of your week. Enjoy
Sounds
the
good.
summer. I'll look forward to hopefully seeing you both in August.
All right. Sounds good.
Well-
Yeah. Remind us.
And Pat, I swear, I had the same issue Faith did. That link you sent, it asks for a password.
I will get it fixed. I
I don't know
promise
how
you.
what you got to do, but yeah, I wouldn't mind being able to watch these even if before we get them like on a YouTube or something that's public.
Right.
All right, I'll figure that out for you. That's a very good
Sounds
request.
good.
Thank you.
All right. Good seeing you guys.
Have a good
You
night,
as well.
everybody.
Have a great night, hon.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Wow.
That was awesome. Take care.
All right, Pat. Stay in touch.
All right, see you, buddy.
How do I leave?
The button that looks like a red hang up button.
Oh, okay.